10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so we're gonna have that 4% Slardar for Zai.
Remaining.
Got a lot.
And we
They
know
like
those
that a lot.
combinations.
Yeah, they like that a lot as well, don't they?
Slardar is like, we don't really see a lot of core Slardar anymore. Slardar is one of those.
Necrophos.
Ready to go.
Dire team ban.
A Necro. Just.
I mean, you're not going to play Necrophos?
I think it's possible for the to Terrorblade in mid. And then I don't know. No, it's I think Necrophos is better than laning against Arcseer. Necrophos.
5 seconds.
Well, with
remaining.
Crystal Maiden, Terrorblade could do just.
Yeah, but
Iron Shard.
but if you're
Reserve
frostbiting
time.
the Ion, you're not doing a right click. The Darkseer who has
Radiant team ban.
click or something. With it, you know, put offset with some regen there, Tango regen. He's doing like 10 damage a click.
So Necrophos, rather, depending on where EG put.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know what's the better option. I have
5
to wait.
seconds remaining.
Last pick is because I 4 options.
Reserve
So-
time.
I imagine like it's weird when you last pick your. I'm not a huge fan, especially Lifestealers. Team Liquid is chosen to save their very last pick of the game. I don't think it's. As a lifesteal, I kind of came in.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah, we
all did. So
Cool. Okay, so that makes more sense, I guess. They're a team that has played it before.
yeah,
I think likely play it. Terrorblade. But from what I've seen, Miracle's playing a lot of safe lane, a lot of side lane.
what I've also seen this tournament is that Liquid's not doing great.
Did only have.
Yeah, they won handedly.
Yeah.
It was 23-0-12. Being
Yes.
outrageous like that.
Yeah. But we know that he's not
10 seconds remaining.
hero.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no, true.
he's got a fair amount.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, he's happy. He knows.
Alchemist still in the pool.
I mean, they
I'm not
beat
sure they'll
an
go
anti-mage
back. Will they go back for the elk, Peter?
10
After
seconds
not-
remaining.
Well, yesterday with it, and then
It's not the best here up against.
5 seconds remaining.
Curious what's soon.
You already made the
Dire team pick.
Lich. Is that a saving support?
It's not, but the ice armor is nice.
Let me know helps.
It is used.
Offsets
Centaur
the
could-
crow's.
They can take the game longer. That.
where does Samuel go?
I
10
think we're
seconds
going to
remaining.
see that he doesn't plot.
5 seconds remaining.
Dragon Knight
Reserve
Like-
time.
be out
We
there.
have.
Yeah, not we don't often see some.
No,
Lena.
Lena.
Okay, Lena's.
Okay.
That's a I hear that sim I used to play all the time back at the last TAC. Flush meta,
First came out to join.
very
First
dominant.
announced him. All right, thank you very much, Peter and Shiva. Game, which way is this going then? Let's hand it over to our comment. Evil Geniuses.
And this should be one hell of a game. And I'm happy to be here with Ben Malini, the Prophet Wu.
What?
Who saw the Lena coming in at the very end.
We watched TI5.
We
it was
did.
all about the Lena.
Yeah,
And
we
they-
also watched the earlier games from...
Lena's really good here, because they needed something versus the Ghost Trap.
Yeah.
Kind of fits. And it's a Sumail
10
hero, so
seconds
also pretty good.
We should be happy we're actually casting a game where there's clearance for a Terrorblade.
Yeah,
Five
most of the
seconds
games Terrorblade
remaining.
just wins. Super.
Yeah.
No one can do anything about it. Ridiculous.
We saw it in our series we cast earlier today on Tekken stream, and that was where we had the VS, which the panel was looking for something like that saving support, and it was like, okay, you initiate the Terrorblade, and then you're swapped away. And that game actually, well, you're also up against a Lifestealer, so the lighting was huge as well. Now you add Lich, so now you add Frost Armor into it, the slow attack, the potential Frost Blast, and the fear of, I don't know if you're going to fear Chain Frost that much. Like, where does the Lich actually fit in?
Ice Armor versus
everything.
Lifestealer and Starter. They thought they
That's
were,
it?
Well, they could have potentially all-in committed for physical damage. Did have last pick. Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
These heroes are pretty decent. Shadow Fiend probably would have been. Yeah, when you see that much armor, Ghost Shroud too, don't really want to physical. It's because their lineup aside from that is just Ion Shell. That was pretty much the only magic.
Yeah. So the Lina kind of fills up a little bit more of that. But you're right, like I'm thinking more and more about it as Team Liquid get tankier and tankier with Necro plus even the Centaur. So do they have enough sustained damage? Like, do you have to turn the Lina into this kind of physical DPSer going into the game and just use the mid-game magical burst damage that she offers?
Sorry, I was distracted by
The-
Zai's effigy.
Yeah, don't. We're not going to bring that up on stream because
What?
we're
It's in the game, dude.
It's, yeah, fantastic. So people who are listening to us on Dota TV can go click on that. Meanwhile, we'll be appropriate.
I'm just echoing Zai's sentiments. Now everyone's curious.
Yeah,
Look
but
what you've done to it.
you won't be able to do it. Maybe later on they'll show us the wonderful effigy. But that wasn't meant to be it. That was meant to be, I saw on Reddit, it was meant to be a Bloodseeker one, not that.
I like this one more.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Now we're actually showing it. So thank you very much, Weppers, who is our observer for the game.
Which block is it that is red? Heroic Effigy of the Fall 2016 Battle Pass. Anyways.
Yeah, back to the game. So no surprise really coming out from Evil Geniuses. They are going to be pretty standard with their lanes. The only thing they're
30
changing up a
seconds to
little bit is the fact they're putting Dark Tier up on the top lane and letting Artesian Crit run that duel off. Potentially even Pry lane off, but I doubt Zai's going to hang around there for too long. He's probably just there to contest the rune.
Yeah, and they can also pressure. You know, one of the better ones, just tons of damage, tons of harass the
The battle begins.
bottom lane. Will like the top right click war went to my
Victory. Yeah.
See how terribly hit the color? Cosmetics,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah, we had the white Arcana in it. Then
White is not the.
what was the correct term?
I think it was
a 50
crystalline something.
A $50 gem is what it was.
You sound so disdainful of cosmetic buyers.
it's like I'm gonna spend so much money so I can glow a different color. Rub yourself.
Some of them look way cooler though. Some of them have like unusual. It's not just color. Particle effects too, Toby.
Let's add more of those. When I can change the color of my Enigma, I will spend a lot of money.
There is already one. The black hole.
No, yeah, but the black color is just the same color. I want to have it.
It's golden. How's it gold? One's black, one's golden. It's called black hole, Toby. Gold is different.
That's not enough. And technically, the original one was blue.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm a traditionalist, and
Maybe you play on like super.
yeah, because you know I only play on a potato machine. I don't get to have nice things. Anyway, back in the game. So the lane's still going pretty much as expected. Kuro, okay, he's forced a little bit out of position now, having to run down the river, but he's got the movement speed on Zai and Samel, just couldn't connect with the Light Strike array. So Kuro will get hit once by Zai, and then be away to safety. But Kuro just trying to make life very difficult for Samel in the early game. Actually, his GH, they don't really have enough damage here to kill off Zai, and Zai does know that. He's already going to go for the regeneration. Just more harassment to push him out of their jungle.
I think it's important that the Lich does deny the mid lane. Top lane is a one-on-one. You don't really need to upset. Or will be fine. Pretty much denied the one Kree, not Shane's state of. I think in the mid lane, Luna is already slightly favored. We're trying to get some kills.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, what a wonderful counter to a life stealer. Having that ghost form, but maybe not enough life. Matoma back out of the tower, Fairy Fire committed. And the last bit of damage, he drops to 9 HP, but will still survive.
Wow.
Salve intact too, so he's going to still be able to stay in the lane.
He canceled that right click. Life stealer. That would have been a kill.
Obviously not as far in the bag as Arteezy thought it was.
No Blightstone.
Arms for the dead.
Like the stacking slows, poison touch, and quite nice. Blightstone.
Correct me if I'm
Blightstone
wrong,
is
but you
great.
can't even buy that from the side
You
shop
can't
anymore.
Sometimes I guess. He did start off with a wind lace, so lace for Blightstone, maybe. It's debatable. It depends.
Yeah. Mind Control's getting some decent levels up on the top lane. 4 levels in 3 minutes. It's not shabby. Even the CS, like 11 for 2.
Zai has no home.
He's meant to be synergizing with the Darkseer. That was the purpose of it. But normally that synergy works when you're on the off lane, not on the safe lane.
Can't kill a centaur.
Yeah. What else can you really do? Like stand next to him and just try and Iron Shell burn him down? That's only going to work once the Darkseer level like 2 or 3.
Yeah, he just needs to get some. Zai purchases oak.
But Topman's being initiated again, but GH is in the neighborhood. So very happy to turn around if he can. Arteezy, he's not going to be able to bait that rage out, but Arteezy's now sitting at a point too where 185 mana to get his combination off, both rage as well as that open wounds. He doesn't have enough anymore.
He might need a stick early in the, because when you're up against a Crystal Maiden team, it's more value, especially because every time you use open.
It's good positioning from Crit. Now, that Dire Observer Ward saw this smoke coming. So Crit moves up. He actually tanks the initial Frost Blast. There's 3 Kuros, and GH also there to help out. But Tubman staying in close, and it will be first blood. So EG, they saw this coming. They willingly kept Crit there, and now it's up to Miracle to survive up against Zai. Even with the mirror, it won't be enough. Zai will barely survive as he slithers away from the mid lane, and he found a home.
That was a good smoke. Didn't exactly see his positioning. It was very important that he had. Yeah, he can stack and pull on top, but he had already exhausted the 3. That much for him. Zai are actually moving down to the bottom lane. Look, Dazzle will be. I like how he TPs it in case they need backup. It's.
Now when you bring Universe down here, so what is gank into lane switch as GH very quickly on the Frostbite, but Arteezy going to rage up, and there's your crush. They want Matubberman, has to go into Ghost form, starts his TP, but Universe, the early point up in Vac, is able to cancel that one out. Matubberman will fall. 4 heroes from EG, they come in force. They take the kill.
They also cancel his TP. Need a long time to get back to lane.
Dire's top
GH
tower
should be able to stay on the lane still.
You still want your Necrophist.
Yep.
I think very big in this.
That TP finally comes in. Like all that time I was thinking like, oh, Necrophos not farming up in the bottom lane, but no one from EG went straight to top lane. Now Lifestealer will move up there. So Arteezy will have that safe lane farm to build into Armlet and whatever else his heart desires.
We've seen a lot of the Lifestealer versus Terrorblade commit for against. I like the Maelstrom build. It scales a little bit. Mjolnir's walking with Raid.
That's a level 2 Frost Blast. They're going to commit the Stampede to try and catch up to Zai, looking for that extra bit of damage as well. But Zai back up into the lane. No support was coming to help him out. But they do burn Stampede Team Liquid in a hunt for just that 4 position slaughter. And meanwhile, the mid lane stays safe.
Terrorblade's gone to the jungle. grass and the 9.
No, this is just like, it's the jealous sister who brings a friend to actually help win the mid fight. Fire versus ice.
Sorry, that was
I
cosmetic.
know. I look over to your screen and all I see is you just looking at
Yo.
Samael's cosmetic.
He has the new Laguna Blade icon. I was like, what is that Laguna Blade icon? Apparently
it-
it's from a cosmetic.
It does look pretty epic. It's like this. It's almost like an Iron Man like shield thing in the chest. Mind control, a little bit of damage. They're trying to slow him down, and mind control very smartly starts his TP. If he waited any longer, he would have died to the rotation from Samael. Instead, that'll be up to GH to do. Running away, Zai close behind, but Samael still has enough physical damage to do the work all by himself.
Sukumel's also going for in almost exclusively arcane or right click. A lot of times when we have seen the Lina, there has been somebody to buff up her D. Amplify, I guess.
On the run forward, again the Stampede going to be used, and nothing Zai can do about that. Thor will be the man to get the last hit. A little bit of a chase from GH to Samael. GH able to deny the regeneration rune at the 6-minute mark, and now at the 8-minute mark, and able to deny the double damage rune for the Lina. But yeah, Bloodstone Lina, the immortal Lina, is going to be what we've seen most of the tournament. Now she is going to go with the Tactical Scepter. Base boots.
I like Eels a lot versus. It's also really good. Minor stuff too.
Control trying to cause some issues for got a little bit of help floating around. It's mainly Kuro who's back up next to Secret. My Control's going in very deep. He leaves the Radiant Observer Ward behind, so he's got at least a little bit of a warning system if someone does run at him. But without the Stampede, My Control could be in trouble. Just commit the Laguna Blade. Samael with a double damage rune knows he's got enough damage to kill off that Centaur.
Was really deep. It's not actually going back.
Under attack.
No early blink coming up. Hood only for double edge and Lina pretty much. A little surprised actually.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But also help him.
Help him when Darkseid is everywhere. And it has been a standard build anyway. He can convert it into a pipe later on if they desire.
There's not any big AoE wall, I suppose. The one that
GH. He doesn't have his ulti yet, so it's not a guaranteed kill, but they got a hell of a lot. Actually, they do have Matamas, but he doesn't have mana. He's short by 10 points of mana. Even with a custom maiden on the field, Universe will start off his TP. Oh, they lost the sight of him! Walked into the corner. Not certain if Frostbite was up, but it's a pretty good chance it was.
That's what happens when you click a little bit past him. I think he clicked like a little bit, tried to path him there, and then he ran outside. Click small.
That's a good get out of jail free card for the Darkseid. Now Samael with the Iron Shell burst. Tubberman.
Wow, he was so close to popping the Go Shot before the Laguna.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nice try though to
He
get
waited
the
it.
Ion Shell.
Zai's also ready to dive in here. He knows there's no support coming in from the jungle thanks to the Observer Ward. Now GH comes up. He still has his Frostbite plus his Nova, so he can keep Slaughter slowed up. But that Arcane Rune, he just keep moving forward. Another Crush available. A 6-second cooldown on that thing, and GH will fall with the help of Crit and Universe. A lot of pressure being applied by EG on the bottom, but Miracle, the Terrorblade. Normally we're talking about Terrorblades forcing down buildings really early on, but we're 11 minutes in and still no tier 1 tower fallen. He's just playing it very consistent, very safe, and still sitting at number 1 in the net worth.
They're trying to eke them out in the experience. Pretty close in terms of net worth, but experience, Radiant side is pretty far ahead because Terrorblade shifted to the jungle, so
Dire's top tower is under attack.
not looking great in the.
Is that when you look to see like
scoreboard.
EG then and start to invade the jungle more? Maybe that's what Universe is.
Once Lina's
coming over
ready,
to do.
Lina needs her Yules before she can. It's not great to fight before. I guess you can get some like, now and then.
So the pressure is actually on Lena to do the attacking, because we're looking at Arteezy farming top lane, building into Echo Saber next.
Well, the other
He's getting a lot of space there, but when does that money become utilized into kills?
once Slaughter gets blink, but Slaughter's support, he got to run around a lot and die for his team. But she has a haste room.
Stampede being triggered. More of a defensive thing as Kuro is being approached by Zai.
But you notice Zai doesn't even have a quelling blade. Definitely not an iron tap. They were wanting to get gold through kills and not farm up. And he can even ion shell the Slaughter if they. I don't think that's your game at all. Want to try and take it.
That's a good observer ward. It scouted out the fact that Samael is rotated down to the bottom lane. So again, the Tubberman is forced into the tree lines. The Centaur TPing in, and they've got the control. It's in the form of the Crystal Maiden. She needs to get the Frostbite off as Samael gets a double stun. Lacuna Blades out. Able to bring down the Crystal Maiden, but now Samael is on the run. The Chain Frost, it only really gets the slow out of it. Another TP being used, but Tubberman committing the ultimate. They need another stun, however, and they actually have the damage instead for Mind Control with a double edge to kill off Samael, ending that dominating spree of his.
Another good thing about Lena this game is that her talent can innately counter the. She's a core, so she's actually quite likely to get. Grave can save you.
Radiant structures are fortified.
They Grave doesn't.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fortunately for Selena, it was not level 10. Level like 9 and like 90%.
The hand of Midases begin. We had our first one, if I saw correctly, over on Necro. Yep, but Tubberman's already got his, and I think Kuro was also having one in his quick buy at the moment. So Team Liquid are ready to batten down the hatches and just win this game on experience and gold still. And they're going to get a big injection of money once the towers start dropping, aka when Terrorblade really starts pressing the issue.
I don't really.
Oh, crit. Gets away from the hoof stop, hides under the cover of the invis rune,
Radiant's top tower
and just for safety he even ran into the pit.
I think it's the right approach from. All they need to worry about is the Terrorblade getting. Once he gets like Manta plus Butterfly, you're unstoppable.
Alright, so GH now has found the perfect way to counter push on his creep way on the lane. Okay, maybe not perfect, but it works.
Yeah, it works. They were looking to set up. And they also have good. A little bit worried.
That's a lot of pressure on the top, and you see the line actually being drawn out. Bane just draws out and says, you know what, guys, like anything north of this line is really not safe for me at the moment. G could be hunting anywhere around that secret shop area into the tier 1 tower, and they do have 4 people in position. The only one not present is going to be Universe in the bottom lane on that Darkseer.
Radiant's top tower
Male
is
and Arteezy can do more than enough work just to go tower after tower, but the mid lane pressure is also arriving from Team Liquid, and Samael
Radiant's
already
top
there to
tower is
return.
under attack.
An attack in. If Mind Control was thinking about a blink, then it instantly got cancelled when the salve connected.
Mind Control's quite farm. He has good and.
Oh, now this one's easier. Blink forward. But someone potentially could have thrown down the ulti for that, but they let it go. Basic kill for Mind Control.
But they're just taking it slow. They're, I guess, up.
Regeneration.
I don't know. Lich is just like really strong. Talents are like pretty lackluster. The right-click build is just atrocious.
What,
It
it's
sounds
gone
good,
now?
but
It was fantastic
it was
before, right?
It was never there before. No,
Really?
it was. It sounds good in theory, but it's just so awful. There's so many things that stop Lich. That like, no matter what items you get, I think a 6-slotted lifesteal will always manhandle a 6-slot. No question about it. I wonder what else he is.
EG want to keep pressuring right now in the mid. They've already committed their weave to this. It's going to wear off in a couple of seconds. GH is the one that they could potentially jump on just because they had the vision of the high ground.
good patience from the start on making sure he didn't just amplify up the Crystal Maiden, because it would have revealed the high ground vision.
They just need the kills to be quick. If they go, if it takes too long for them to get the potentially like even a defense. Someone from like Centaur is gonna stampede in and counter initiate. They just need like a quick blink, crush, fast kill. They try to set it with a Yule.
Give him one of those camps as well as the bounty rune and he'll have it. Only 200 gold to have that blink dagger. Possible. Gage is just playing in the trees on that top lane. He's so close to Arteezy. If he gets caught out, okay, he just throws the ulti out. Arteezy will take the damage and look for the fight. Mind Control now running forward. Arteezy, that rage. Oh, the Necro ulti's going to be there. They'll cancel off the TP. With the double edge, they'll find the kill. Was GH the ultimate bait?
Yeah, I like the way he's using it.
Tower is under attack.
Not any team fights going on. Like he needs it for that. He could farm neutrals. Pushing out the lanes and perfect. Two ways to stop.
Mal is just wishing he can find pickoffs like that.
There's the blink that.
Radiant's bottom
Yep.
tower
But they just
is under
smoked right
attack.
on top of the Observer Ward.
Dire's top
So,
tower is under
while the
attack.
time might be nice, Team Liquid can be very prepared for this. They have a Dire Observer Ward up, so EG have the vision. They see that Matubberman is lagging behind at the moment. They're trying to pick off the back of the pack. Is there some kind of saving? Matubberman goes into Ghost form. More support is there, but with a whole stop of double edge, Zai is unhealthy. Crit tries to keep him up. They can turn this one around now. Team Liquid, they turn their attention towards Arteezy. Zai back in with the crush. They're doing the damage, but it's into a Mind Control, who just got his Stampede back off cooldown. As they scurry themselves, Team Liquid back past their own tier 2 tower.
That was a really tough call from EG. They saw the heroes running away, so they knew that Liquid knew, but they tried to actually catch them off guard with the mass movements. He had sprint on him, he had smoke on him, and then he eventually had surge on him. So the timing for the smoke was a little bit earlier than Liquid. But the trade-off is that your team is not close. Lina was nowhere to be found to get that little bit of extra on the Necrophone.
Liquid are coming. Liquid have the Observer Ward out the front of the pits. They understand what's actually happening. Mind Control. This is a lot of patience. Roshan's almost down. Now the Hoofstop and double edge. Roshan so low on life. He'll clap down. Mind Control's dying. The Laguna Blade will actually kill him off, meaning that EG will secure Roshan. Maybe GH. No, the interruption. The back will pull him down. But Tubberman does have the space to get back up towards the Radiant Ancients. And GH with his control. Kuro, no ultimate available, so he'll take the stun as well as the death for Team Liquid. The tier 1 tower not close enough to give him that protection. And Stamel will have the double kill. EG claim Roshan and Aegis.
There was no follow-up from Liquid. Necrophos doesn't have a blink dagger because he did go for the Midas. And that trade-off is bad. If he could have blinked and Reapered anyone inside the pit, either the Lina or the Lifestealer, I think they would have come out pretty far ahead in that fight, because then they can't burst down the Necrophos. Because also, Lina misclicked Yules on herself there. Could have potentially led.
Still haven't felt Terrorblade. Like, that fight happened without him. Terrorblade just stayed inside the jungle, farming the entire time.
Generally, Terrorblade's fight was taken.
Yep.
Now he'll be ready to fight. Really big increase.
Do you actually force it yourself? Like, for now, it seems to be EG who have been the ones smoking. They've been going around. Like, they went in for Roshan, so they're the ones to initiate that. Obviously, Liquid don't really have a great Roshan lineup, but is this the point when Liquid just say, you know, we force down a lane? Like, I see the ping coming to the tier 1 tower at the top lane. Is that the next place it goes? You just mow down lane after lane and wait for EG to engage into you?
I think you take at least one tower. You might not even have to commit. Depends on if you have to, if they're not defending with anything. But it's very risky because Lina did not go for the respawn timer.
Yeah. It's different to most of the Linas we've seen, but most of those Linas have also been coming out from the Chinese teams.
I'm not gonna die.
Still building Bloodstone though, but
he does have the grave to help him out a lot.
yeah.
I think that's
So the trade-off is you just get the Light Striker, right? But that could bite you in the butt later in the game.
It does help you to shut. Normally you need a Light Strike and...
So that push is coming on the top, and Metamorphosis still has not been committed by Miracle.
Yeah.
Just illusion spam after illusion spam. EG is not getting involved.
Fighting into Aegis is...
They're actually TPing out. So EG is just running through the Radiant jungle. So they let the illusions and the catapult do the damage into the tier 2 tower and then prepare their own defense team Liquid. And Zai wants to fight. The infested Lifestealer sitting inside the Slaughter. But they need the opportunity. They need the vision, which they don't have on that part of the tower. They'll get it when Matubman jumps forward like that, but then forced off. Arteezy already raged up the Stampede. Matubman will survive. The back almost killing him with the damage on the wall, but it isn't enough. Zai has to take the shallow grave as he was taking the tower too much. And then Miracle. Now he'll commit the Metamorphosis.
That was really risky by Liquid. They didn't even have the Frost Armor on the Necrophos before that fight started. He has all that burst steal with the Ghost Shroud and the double heal from the mech and the Death Pulse. They already used meta, so can't get anything off.
Yeah, and I'm wondering why he did. Like, Miracle used that after the fight happened. So it's almost like you're either using this for farm or you think that this fight is still going to happen from EG. Which Sumail is trying it. Yule's up. Here comes your Terrorblade, looking over towards Universe. Zai does get a good crush off, but so does Mind Control. A double versus one, and GH, the perfect positioning. They put the Slardar down. Arteezy sunned it out, and with the Chain Frost, the damage is huge. EG, he infests into the one creep that's running next to him. Sumail did the damage to it. Who was going to die anyway to the dire creep wave that was coming in. But Lifestealer will fall. The Blink Dagger is now followed by Matubman, and 3 heroes with no buyback available. Team Liquid will push to the tier 2 tower potentially.
Not enough burst for Terrorblade at that point because Alina had already committed her spells earlier to try and kill the neck. They just did not have enough.
They got so close though when they did it. No, it's just before this fight happened.
Yeah. So she already committed her volley to kill Drenko for Miracle, and then Miracle gets a Sunder off like near half HP.
Yeah. And Arteezy couldn't remain up. Like when that first Hoof Stomp came in, he had to rage to try and dodge what was coming at him. And then just executed at the end.
Yeah, they just... So he actually did go for the Maelstrom. Pretty important. Go into the loop. I think that would have been a big mistake. You could also potentially, I think, go Diffusal versus deal with the Ghost Shroud, but Diffusal is terrible versus Maelstrom's like a nice mix. Terribly the loop. You'll still...
What do you think about the pickup of the Ether Lens onto Mail?
Ether Lens is really good. It makes the Dragon Slaver, and it helps in... I like it. The Dragon, even the cast range on the Light Strike away is really, really good. You don't really want to be that close to the fight because he's going to get Reapered a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And you definitely want to keep your distance. Like, imagine yours without being really at risk. The only problem is he might have to replace it pretty soon.
This looks too good. Like, the support was sort of nearby, but I think you can see from Sumail's hesitation to take that fight. It's not a gank for him. Universe can try and pull GH back, try and bring him in range of the double Iron Shell, and GH, well, he's been bait before. Universe has his own pipe to give him a little bit of protection. There's no other stun, or is there? No, there isn't. But Tubberman was trying to go for the side to cancel it.
That was really close.
The Stampede being used to try and close the distance, but the Stampede came too late.
Yep. Like he didn't really take any. What was a level 2?
He triggered pipe.
Yeah.
Any kind of protection.
Pipe is really good.
Could avoid me. I actually think Universe too. Like I'm always a big fan of Universe having the big playmaker style heroes. That's why it's always great to see him play a Clockwork to manage. And in this game, he's actually going in for a Shiva's guard next. So there's no Blink Dagger. There's none of this like jump and team fight control coming from Universe, as opposed to just it's kind of like more the run at you or counter initiation he brings.
I wonder what he's gonna go at. Looks like a Shiva.
Yeah.
I have heard talks of an Echo Saber on the Darkseer plus damage talent. He has 120
Okay.
damage talent at 50. He didn't get it this game. He got health regen
Wait,
instead.
so you crap on the Lich DPS build, but you're all for a Darkseer DPS.
Darkseer can actually get in there. He's tanky. And he's like kind of ignored in the fights after you cast your vacuum wall. Whereas with Lich, I don't know. You can't get Echo Saber on Dragonlance, but I don't know. And he has like at least some mobility with Surge, helps you farm. It was theory crafted. I never said it was good. I'm saying it's a possibility.
You know, the crazy thing is that when you come up with theories, they normally become reality.
He has a Weave and Amplify.
Yeah,
But
he would survive for a while. There is no doubt about that. And EG are looking for more damage. But for the moment, he's going to go for team fight control and it's the Universe style
it's
of
too late
control.
to commit after you take 120 damage is also a lot of damage.
It always feels weird, though, when you see the 14 health regen talent over on a Darkseer when you have your Tranquils and you've got your Pipe. So your regeneration, like you see him sitting at 35 a second already.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's-
Normally the 120 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like you're just lacquering on a hell of a lot more, almost to a point where you have the Darkseer running around with the equivalent of a heart. Just powerful, but still.
It's also
Talent.
just a good item to get after after you have your team fight items in your blink, and then what? Normally you'll see like Shivas or Scythe or something like that, but I think
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's just sitting, it's the Radiant Courier sitting up at the side shop on the top lane.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower.
yeah. What can you buy from the side shop? Unless you're keeping it there instead of having the secret shop. Anyway, we'll jump back into the fight. Hook stomp straight forward. You're already lost. Arteezy will pop out, but with that fresh Skadi over on Miracle, Arteezy has no chance to run away. The Shallow Grave will protect him from that Reaper's side, but it will not protect him from the Underworld. He'll be put down 1 minute without the life stealer, and Roshan is just about 35 seconds short of maximum spawn time. Liquid and not catching a break on the back of that fight win.
Meta's gonna be down by the time Lifestealer respawns. So yeah, Terrorblade's gotten to that point. He's uninterrupted free top of net worth, and he's pretty much
Dire's middle tower is
destroyed.
It didn't help that when his initiation came in, he was counter-initiated on first. So there was nothing that was really going to save him there.
There was no good target.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, Roshan definitely gonna be say that does the amplify. It built medallion, there is a medallion.
For the dead.
I'm actually so happy to see Darkseer change this one. And I'm wondering if Universe has done that just because of this timing of Roshan. He's picked up the Blink Dagger on the Darkseer. So he's going to have that positional advantage now. At the same time, fresh item up for Team Liquid. That Aghanim Scepter is now on the Necro. And in goes EG. Once again, the Observer Ward sees everything. But the Weave triggered nice and early, so if Liquid want to fight this one, they're going up against ever-increasing armor. Scatting out with the illusions. Roshan is just being punched one by one by one. They don't want to commit, but Teleman's going to jump in. Who's going to get it? Die will take it, and Arteezy has the Aegis, but the double stomp, and then back into a three-man wall is perfect. Mind Control barely alive. It's only the Necro to drop. Okay, he'll actually die almost to the fall. But it'll be Arteezy's poor swipe, cleaving the flesh from Mind Control's hide.
Yeah, Miracle didn't have meta. He's really reluctant to go in without meta. A lot of these fights, and it really costs them. Arteezy pre-raid, so they couldn't really stop him unless they wanted to Reaper him during the Roshan kill. I actually think that might have been worth it if they were able to sneak the Aegis onto the and pretty much any of those heroes, Centaur or Necropost, or ideally the Necropost, and then Lifestealers without his raid with no one to him.
Radiant's top tower
That's
is under
really
attack.
unfortunate for Liquid if it was Roshan.
Radiant structures.
Yep. Liquid have to try and now defend as EG have the advantage. So 20 seconds before Liquid are back at full strength with 5 players. And the damage from that almost sniper-like Lina brings the tier 3 tower down to 50%, and EG will back up. They're happy with this. They haven't brought down the tower yet, so they can't start taking out shrines.
Who turned up?
Not really in fighting shape. Blink Reaper could catch him off guard. He does have the ages. First fight was Liquid with meta. Fight where Liquid no meta. So you just see a fight on
This'll come in handy.
Dazzle.
magic resistance. Necrophos' job is actually,
Yep.
your Heart Shepherd is like,
Resistance makes sense then going up against.
but at this point though, they might are willing to. They might need more damage output from them.
Well, now the Terrorblade finished up the Butterfly. They have to use all the magical burst damage to try and bring him down.
Yeah.
There's still 2.5k life they have to get through.
They really need to Ags on Centaur. Once they get Ags on Centaur, Terrorblade should be able to get a Sunder off most of the time.
You actually see what he's also building into. Even though it's got nerfed, he's still going to enjoy the range for it. The Hurricane Pike is the other build coming in for the Terrorblade. So once he completes that, he'll have the distance play against the Lifestealer.
It's going to be really... I think it's tough for both sides. It's tough for Terrorblade to actually survive, to get his Sunder off, and on the Dire side, it's really hard to like chain all their stuns. If he's low, they could potentially like Yules into another stun. Do they have the coordination to do that?
Oh, Centaur, Stampede, Hawk Stomp. They found a big target. Sumail. Shallow Grave will make sure that the scythe won't do its work. Sumail will still die. 30 seconds on the sideline. But no buyback available, and it looks like Liquid are saying, you know what, let's actually get a tower we should have taken maybe 20 minutes ago. That bottom tier 1 tower.
They'd have to backdoor it though. There's no...
Luckily no backdoor tier 1, so you're good there, bro. But mid lane push.
Lena's up in 15.
Yeah.
They'll get like...
But I think I'm in Metamorphosis as well. Another
Oh, actually, yeah.
quick crush.
They have
and-
meta on it.
Yeah. They didn't have to commit anything really for it, so now you just push in, look to the tier 3 tower. Glyph not really available. They actually do bring it down, so this will open up the outside shrines.
This is where you ask whether or not the 80 strike rate.
The 30 seconds this time. He would have been up 4 seconds after he died, but Tubman's going to get Glimmer caped up. Still has to stick around. Wants the Blink Dagger to come off cooldown, and it will. Blinks away at the same time as Zai jumps forward. He held onto that for half a second, almost baiting out the initiation from Zai.
Zai was waiting for him. Really good play by him. Not put his team in a compromising. It could have been really bad. They were really close to their shrine and not really in a good position.
Alright, someone's been stocking tomes. I think I just saw 3 purchased up by the Lich.
See if anyone's close to it.
Use them all. Is Kuro now just going to like skyrocket himself up? So he'll go from just shy of 16. And he's 17 and a quarter with the Laguna plate, but Tubman's still going to tank through the initiation of EG. And Miracle, he wants to fight this. Metamorphosis again, that damage from range. Zai's got no way to run away from this. They even trigger off the Stampede, and they get the scythe down too. 80 seconds without Zai. You'll remove the Dazzle. Both supports lost for EG, and both do not have buyback. This should be mid-racks.
Meta's committed. Let's see how long is half the duration.
They bring in, how far away is that creep wave?
There actually is a...
It's still a long way away. So this time, like backdoor regeneration is going to be a bit of a problem. A little bit of a problem until you get the back wall, double light strike array. Miracle is dropping quickly. He's got the Sunder available. Trades alive with Universe. Universe surges himself away back past the tier 4 towers. Another light strike array controlled from Sumail. Stopping Miracle from attacking. He's going to walk back through his own wall. Laguna Blade, but Tubman barely surviving. The light strike array will connect. He's held in position. He still needs to survive. Maybe with the Hawk Stomp, the damage from the side. They bring down Arteezy, but the cost is still the Necro. Universe once more. Surge forward. The Yule Scepter up. Light Strike Array. A little bit of miscommunication on the timing as GH invis thanks to his own little Glimmer Cape. The Sentry Ward doesn't reveal him, and GH the TP. They don't know. They don't get him inside the trees. GH will get away by the skin of his teeth.
Ooh, they allowed the Terrorblade to get Thunder off that fight. I think he probably could have used them and then waited for another down, but that would have been a really big kill on Miracle. And they trade the big cores, Necrophore, the Life Stealer. I don't think that was actually a reboot. I don't even think they had to fight there. I think they could have waited a little bit because there was still backdoor regen. Drax.
You can see the amount of damage the Terrorblade was pumping in. Maybe they just, like, okay.
They saw it
have
glitch.
enough.
They saw it glitch though.
Okay.
So
Well, we're going to watch it again anyway. So this is Matumbaman escaping at the very, very start. A lot of control.
severe lack of detection. They have no Sentry Ward. Make a quick kill on the Necrophos and no Sentry Ward for the Crystal Maiden until a little bit too dropped it right when she left.
I'm not sure if we actually flagged it during the middle of that fight too. The Centaur picked up the Aghanim Scepter. He didn't use Aghanim's buff Stampede during it because it came to that point. But it's something to note for the next fight.
Terrorblade is gonna be a problem. Same with Necrophos. These are heroes that you want to burst out. You have to burst them down very quickly. Terrorblade's just gonna rip into you.
He actually moved away from the Hurricane flag. He had it in his quick buy before, but he gets a monkey. He gets an MKB instead.
Solar Crest. Source of evasion. Dark Seer. There.
Happy to have Mini Bash. Hoof Stomp in towards the mid. They initiate onto Sumail. Frostbite's out as well. A quick little Yule Scepter up. More defensive. And Miracle, he commits the Metamorphosis. So this has to be a push down the mid now.
That blink was so close to cancel by that right click. That was... Mel was playing with fire there.
Yeah, we're in the same position again. This time, though, Team Liquid do have the aggressive Observer Ward and Sentry sitting inside the base of EG. The Sentries are placed, but of course, one committal of... Okay, yep, now he'll bring that one down. They lose the Observer Ward, a good Light Strike Array, plus the wall. So they can hold Miracle in position, then make it Miracle on Miracle action. And then with Laguna Blade, Miracle still down low, but Hoof Stomp, they're trying to catch one of them out. Miracle still doesn't have that target. He wants to stun someone. He already has. He doesn't have any more life. They have to push him away and use the site to hold Arteezy in position, but it's too late. Miracle will fall. Support is there with Zai getting the double crush. Mind Control will fall down too, and Kuro will join him. 3 heroes lost, no buybacks available again. This is going to happen. Where EG have a window to push.
What a sick Lincoln's pick up by Sumail. He blinked in, Laguna to him.
What is CM doing?
Oh my god.
CM is still back at the base trying to creep skip this out. So Zai gets a first slide into Bash on GH. He's just trying to stall up time. He has buyback available. At least got Zai to move away, but really, 2-on-5, this could be difficult.
The item decisions were really good this game too. Like, Miracle tried to turn around and right-click Arteezy, but he got hit by a Mjolnir lightning proc and killed him. And then the Lincolns put Miracle in that position in the first place. And that's going to be an easy rack, likely 2 deaths. Miracle's still in the grave for 30 seconds. They got so much damage on the Miracle in that first wave. He was at like 50% before, and I'm not sure when the Stampede came out, but it was not when he was like at half HP.
Yeah, it felt very non-existent actually. Fights. Yeah.
Oh,
so they get
game-winning Lincoln Sphere right there.
They'll still end at 2 lanes of ranks. So EG will back up. You cannot underestimate Team Liquid at this point. It's still a Terrorblade. Maybe next time he could push with a creep wave so backdoor regen doesn't stop it. But we might be getting to a point soon where Team Liquid are forced to do something a little bit more rash. As you can see, that swing just dives the way of the EG side.
They have to do something very soon. Roshan is, it just respawned. It's been 10.5 minutes since the last respawn, so...
The Illusion's scouting it out now.
Illusion's
so
scouting it. Dire also kind of knows that it's up. It's very high probability. Like,
Team Liquid can't really bring it down yet.
Oh, what did he tee back for?
Wait, yeah, did he go all the way? Dazzle
Yeah.
TP'd all the way back, and I think he did underneath the illusion.
He TP'd back to get the Observer. Liquid, they are going to smoke up. Are they going to try and sneak Roche themselves? Doesn't really
And maybe
want
just
to.
smoked for movement speed to get back to Roshan. Like, Liquid ping out the fact that Roshan is up, but they're smoked up and waiting next to the shrine. So if EG come and they scuttle themselves to get over there, the smoke will break from both sides. Artee's on the front lines, but Tommer and mind control, they miss their initiation. There's a huge back wall from Universe, catching out more of them. But Tommerman's BKB will try and protect him, but they've already lost Koro. The Sun's on the back line. Maybe Miracle is the bigger one. Zai gets the crush. He's protected right now by that Lincoln Sphere, and Miracle, he needs a target. He'll have to sunder his own teammate, Mind Control, and the damage is still too much. Mind Control will jump back in again, but he was the sacrificial, very large lamb of meat. 3 heroes lost for Liquid. They're going to find as well GH in the tree lines. He's starting his TP. Now they see him. Now he's dead. 4 heroes gone for Liquid, and EG could end this right here, right now.
Beautiful vacuum wall from Universe. You set up that fight. RTZ actually has hid inside a wall of replica illusion for some of that fight too. They were trying to focus him down during the raid, but it took them way too long to do so. And
Safety megas, or is GG push?
it's GG.
And they'll realize there's no buybacks from Team Liquid, and Team Liquid will admit defeat in Game 1 of this 2-game series. EG, they have done it for Game 1.
Dire.
I think the Lina really pieced it all together for them. I think Sumail played very, very well. A little bit risky with the Light Strike Array over the
It's okay.
they comboed very well though, like the Light Strike Array into vacuum up. But the way he handled the Sunder was pretty incredible. He dumped the